Well, hello there, my game people. This is your fabulous host Veakt here, and I'm back in Alien Infestation, as you can see, and this will be part 13. And today I'm actually gonna discuss another Alien game, and that would be Alien Isolation. Not to get confused with Infestation. Anyhow, because as we all know, E3 is all over, and well, now pretty much everything and everyone has started to write about the really big games from E3, and one of them are Sega's and Creative Assembly's Alien Isolation. So I talked a bit about it, well, I think it was the last episode. Anyhow, I'm gonna do a more brief overview and just share my expectation and thoughts on the game, and of course some basic information, which would be all that I have at this moment. And I'm gonna start off with who is actually behind, who's the developer of Alien Isolation, and that would be Creative Assembly, as I mentioned earlier, and they are the makers of the Total War franchise. They have made other games as well, but they are most well known for the Total War series. And of course one might ask him herself, why would they even want to make a Alien game? I mean, they are a strategy kind of video game developer, and Alien Isolation are it's a survival horror stealth FPS game. I mean, that's like nothing they have ever done before. But at the same time, I don't think Creative Assembly has made like one single bad game in their career, so why not? But the funny thing is this, like I said in the previous video, it's basically a hate-love kind of relationship when it comes to Alien Isolation, because the fans hope that it would be like Aliens or Alien 2. I mean, a lot of shooting and destruction and all that, but Alien Isolation are pretty much hide and seek with a xenomorph or alien. But I don't know, when I saw the E3 video and when I read the article about Alien Isolation in the Swedish gaming magazine Level, I was a bit more like relieved, or how I should put it, because I was somewhat skeptical, I have to admit, at least for starter, because I don't know, I just had some bad vibes going on when I saw like the early stuff, because I still had a grudge towards Alien Isolation, but Colonial Marines, because it's not so long time ago since that game got released, and one tend to be kind of negative towards everything that has a alien name in the title, and Alien Isolation, it was like nothing that I pretty much wanted, but then the whole like experience just grew over time. My interest for the game, and I started to read more about it, and when I saw the E3 video I started to like understand what Creative Assembly tries to achieve, and they seem to have all the know-how and all that to make a great game out of that concept. But just like the Swedish game magazine Level said, do they have what it takes to, keep that concept alive throughout the game? Because the funny thing is this, it was said that Alien Isolation wouldn't have any like weapons, because it will be more like staying alive, hide from the alien and all that, but apparently there's both a flamethrower and a gun in the game. At least it was in the playable E3 demo. So I don't know, it seems like they might have to change their concept, or at least be a little more flexible about it, because I don't know if you can build a whole game on that concept. It will be pretty much well, very repetitive, I have to say. But I don't know, I mean, the game is set for a release on October the 7th. I mean, that's not that many months away, so I don't know if they even have time to change that much in the game. But so far I have to say that I'm more positive about Alien Isolation than I'm negative towards it. But when it comes to like vibes from social media or the Alien fan like community, it seems to be the same thing. People are like, this is not what we want, and we hope to, you know, get something more like Alien versus Predator, but that's not what Alien Isolation are all about. And at the same time, at least there's not a big risk that it will be a Colonial Marines 2, because it's like two different kind of games. And well, if there's more weapons in the game, then I guess it's just like it's still like a survival horror game and stealth game, but it will have some action parts in it. But I don't know like how many percents of the game will be like that, and if it's just something that was in the E3 demo, or if it's actually in the final, you know, production of the game. That's still something that I have to find out, because I don't think that it was like a final say on that. Because if there's something that I have learned over the years when it comes to E3 gameplay demos, is that they tend to change a lot when it comes to the final product. But I don't know if, I mean, like I said, it's set for a release in October, and it's gonna be made for both PC, PS3, PS4, 360 and Xbox One, so they don't have that much time to make like radical changes to the gameplay, because then they have to like push the release to sometime next year. So I don't know if Creative Assembly will be able to release Alien Isolation in October if they make too many changes, because we all know that changes means, you know, bugs and glitches and all that as well. And that's the last thing we want, a broken game, because that's like how EA you know, make their games. They release them like half broken, then you have to wait for patches, and then they release like pay for DLC or whatever. And that's not the kind of gameplay experience we want now. So but if you take, for example, Alien Infestation, there's pretty much no bugs whatsoever. Okay, besides the aliens, but I'm a bug exterminator, so it's alright. But you get my point. I mean, there's pretty much no bugs in this game whatsoever, so I hope that Alien Isolation will be as bug-free as possible, because there's nothing that can kill and destroy the gameplay, you know, feeling experience as bugs and glitches. I don't even want to get into my Diablo 3 experience, but I can give you a brief overview before I go on topic again. Just like everyone else, I pre-ordered Diablo 3 and I got it on the release day, so happy joy, so I thought, but it actually took me over 2 weeks before I could even play Diablo 3, but I should point out that 99.9% was server issues, and I don't know if that's because I live in Sweden, but anyhow, that's not how you're supposed to like release a game. I mean, you should be able to you know, out of the box and just play it, not wait 2 goddamn weeks. But I don't think that's gonna be the case with Alien Isolation, because I don't even think there's like any multiplayer or co-op or online function whatsoever, at least not to my knowledge. And I actually took my time to read, like, both on the homepage and on the wiki page, and there's like no information whatsoever on you know, online mode or anything like that. So I think it's gonna be pretty at least bug free when it comes to that part, because it's not even gonna be a part of the game. But if I'm gonna talk about my expectation and thoughts, well, I have to say that I have to like put some references to some previous Alien games, such as the very first Alien vs Predator game. I mean the you know, the environment and the atmosphere. But from what I know, Alien Isolation takes place 15 years after the first Alien movie, the one from the 70s. So that means that the whole environment will be very similar to that one. So of course it's not gonna look anything like Alien vs Predator, but what I mean was the whole creepy setting, you know, a lot of darkness, noises that scary, you're all alone, you know, no one can hear you scream in space, that kind of thing. And I would also love to see, like, if you take the kind of the Jaguar version of Alien vs Predator, for example, you had that like claustrophobic kind of feeling going down, and I mean, of course not everyone will enjoy that, but I thought that it paid a great tribute to the horror of the game, because the whole, like, there's so many corridors and you get that claustrophobic thing going on, and then you get scary music, and then you get an alien hunting you. So if you combine all those things, then you get like a very scary environment, and it's very psychological. And I think that's something that I hope that Creative Assembly will strive for to, you know, achieve. Because in my opinion, that's what Aliens is all about. I mean, if someone asks me, can you like summarize what Alien is, then it would be like space, darkness, the unknown, and the whole, you know, running around in corridors and like air ventilation shacks, pretty much. And of course you get the creepy sound and music, and all those components are very important parts of the whole feeling about Aliens. But if I take like expectations, well, if I don't get scared, then, well, then it's a failure, pretty much. I mean, even Alien Infestation has even scared me. I mean, if you have watched my videos, then you know that I have been scared by the same fucking cat 3 times. So I don't know if there will be any cats in Alien Isolation, but that's I guess that's something that we have to wait and see, but you get my point. What more? What can I more want and expect? Well, some pretty good background story and plot, perhaps. Get to know more about the ship from the very first Alien movie, because honestly I haven't watched the documentary part, because if you buy, I think it's the like collector's edition of Aliens or something like that, then you get like, well, it's, I don't know how long it is, but there's a lot of extra material, you know, behind the scenes and documentary and comments and such. And I think that makes the whole experience even better, so it would be super awesome if you get to know more about, you know, what happened and all that, and put the parts, you know, the puzzles together pretty much. So you get like a better overview of the whole Alien universe and what went wrong on the ship. I mean, of course, if you have watched the movie, then you know what went wrong, but what happened after? I mean, between the... when Sigourney Weaver, when she like put herself into hyper sleep, what happened? I think it was 15 years. What happened between those years? And then, of course, you have the big, super big question about her daughter, which is actually the main character of Alien Isolation, and she, which would be us, are supposed to look for Ripley and try to find out what went wrong. So there's like a whole lot of strings that needs to get attached in a, you know, good way, because it can either break or make the game. So I hope to God that Creative Assembly has a really good, you know, storytelling crew. I mean, the ones that write the script and everything. Or else it might, well, pretty much fall apart. Because, I mean, of course, John Carmack said that scripts and plot and all that ain't that important, but I agree on many things that he has said, but I don't agree on that part. Of course, it differs from which kind of game it is. I mean, if it's like a fighting game, then no one pretty much cares about the plot or whatever. But in this case, you know, the dialogue, the plot, and everything are very important, because that builds up the whole experience. I mean, if you take like another game that I like a lot, Deus Ex, the whole game is like if you just take the logbooks and the books and everything that you can read, it's like such a huge part of the game, because you get like clues why things are the way they are and all that. I don't know if Creative Assembly has that kind of approach in Alien Isolation, but that it brings like, you know, a whole nother level when it comes to gameplay experience, because you like become a part of the game, because you get to know a lot like details and that kind of stuff. I mean, if you take Deus Ex for example, and I mean the first game here, if you read like logbooks and you can get like story from someone that let's say worked at a complex or something like that, and you get like a very good picture how things are for that person, and that gives you a like better understanding how things are. And I don't know how like deep Creative Assembly will go on that front, but hopefully they will do their very best, and that they don't mess things up, because if the plot are like you know, really bad, then I'm well, pretty much sure that it's gonna affect you know, the whole experience of the game in a bad way, of course. And I don't know, so far it's been like just small parts of the plot and everything, so I don't actually know so much about, you know, what will happen and who's like, you know, NPCs and all that, if there's gonna be like any important characters besides you, and what's gonna happen and all that. That's pretty much unknown, at least to me at this point. But if I take all the stuff that I know and what I have seen, I have to say that there's like more positive vibes than negative ones. And I'm not even being like you know, naive or putting like you know, super hype all over the, you know, thing. I'm just being like you know, neutral about the whole thing. So I'm not gonna make the same kind of mistake that I made with Colonial Marines, which I told in the previous video. I was all like hyped up and I had like super high expectations and we all know what happened with that game. It pretty much blew up in my face, just like I did here. That's a pro tip. Don't throw grenades in your own face. Anyhow, what more? Well, I actually took my time to read what other like video game, you know, personalities from other like news sites and magazine, what they thought about Alien Isolation, and well, in overall it seems like they were happy with it, but like always they need to like see and play and experience more to give a final say, or at least be very honest about it. But so far so good, as Megadeth would have said. But you might wonder like which format should you pick up the game for, and well, I'm not gonna be like evil bastard now, but I'm not the biggest of fans when it comes to FPS games and consoles, because I hate the fucking controllers to hell. But of course it's not like a FPS game, you know, like Halo or Doom or anything like that, but it's still a FPS game, so I'm gonna buy it for PC. So I honestly haven't seen that much from... I don't know if there's like a super huge difference. I mean, of course there's gonna be a graphical difference, but besides the graphics, I don't know if there's gonna be... You know, if you take like the Watch Dogs, like the PS4 edition got like... I don't know if it was 1 or 2 hours more gameplay, but I don't know if Alien Isolation is gonna be anything like that. Let's say that the PS4 once again get exclusive material, or say 1 to 3 hours more of gameplay. I have no idea, because there haven't been like any press release about it, and I haven't heard anything from either Sega or Creative Assembly, but I think there's not gonna be a super huge difference besides the graphics. So I mean, if the game turns out great, then it really doesn't matter which format you pick it up for. I just hope that everything will fall to place in a good way when the game finally gets released. Well, hopefully in October. But it's like, let me see now, July, August, September, there's like a little bit more than 4 months there. I mean, that sounds much, but when it comes to development time, 4 months ain't that long. I mean, I have never tried to develop a game, but I have done quite a few home pages, and of course you can't like compare, but the thing is this, I can relate, because if you say like, oh, it's just gonna take 1 week, then something goes wrong along the way and it takes 2 weeks. And I think that's pretty much the case with video game development as well, because there's so many things that can go wrong, and you can't release like something that's okay. EA can release games that's broken, but if you take everyone else that's are, you know, serious and try to do their very best, then they don't release games that are broken, because that's gonna hurt their reputation and all that. But I don't know, if I'm gonna be honest, will they be able to release it in October? It sounds kind of far-fetched, I think. But if they release it in October, then I can only hope that it's as good as it can be. But then again, I don't know how much is actually done to Alien Isolation, and I don't know if they got like all the parts pretty much done and they just have to do, you know, go through bugs and all that. I honestly have no idea, so I guess I have to wait and see. And I don't know if there's even gonna be like a playable demo that we can download and play. I haven't heard a word about it, so that's another thing which I have to look up, because there haven't been any say on it, and I follow both Sega and Creative Assembly on Twitter, and I haven't heard anything about it, so that's something which I have to find out. But I don't think, now that I think about it, I don't know if Creative Assembly has released that many like playable demos for multi-format titles in the past. I can't like recall that they have, but I could be wrong. But when it comes to my expectations and Alien Isolation, I mean, I would say that I am somewhat, well, not critical or, you know, not super hyped and all that, but I guess I'm just gonna stay like neutral to the when it gets released, because there's so many things that can go wrong during the development and all that, so I'm just gonna wait till at least I get the chance to play it, if it's a demo or the final product. So, but expectation wise, I have to say that I'm more positive than negative at the moment, because it seems like Creative Assembly knows what they are doing, and they get like a lot of feedback from, well, obviously the ones who has played it, and also from the community. But as I said before, it seems like the community are divided into two: the ones who already hate it and the ones who like it. So the only question will like remain: will there be more people that hate it or love it? And that's something that we also have to wait and see. But I think people need to understand that it's not you know, FPS alien game when it comes to like shoot everything that moves. And once people start to understand that and look beyond the whole previous, you know, Alien versus Predator game kind of thing, then they will hopefully give the game a chance, you know, an honest chance. So that will be pretty much it when it comes to Alien Isolation. And I can't really say whether or not, if I take like the Alien fan base, what the hardcore fans think, because I have pretty much just read what the regular gamer people think. But if they get like, I mean, if I were Creative Assembly, I would do something like this. Let's say the game is pretty much done and made. Then I would have like a play section and take like some of the most hardcore Alien fans in the world and just play Alien Isolation, and then hopefully if even the hardcore fans love it, then, well, pretty much everyone will like it. That's at least what I would do. So we have to wait and see what Creative Assembly has up in their sleeves. But for their own sake, I just hope that they don't mess it up, because I don't think the Alien IP, you know, the franchise, can take yet another bullshit Alien game, because that would be 2 in a row in a very short period of time, and I'm quite sure that no one will even want to touch that IP if that's the case. And that would be really sad indeed, because I think there's a whole lot more that you can do with the Alien IP, in my opinion. But I have talked about this for almost 30 minutes now, so I'm just gonna wrap things up. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I hope I don't bore you to hell with my story here, and my opinions, of course. But feel free to subscribe, as always, and if you wanna comment, then feel free to do so. So just take care, people. This is Viact signing out. Bye bye.